The Tier 10 Swedish auto-reloading heavy tank known as the Kranvagn was at one point a staple of Tier 10. Not only was it used in comp very commonly, but as well the vehicle was one of the top performing heavies for pub battles. It had a 55% average win rate and around 2300 average damage, which if you compare it to vehicles like the 60 TP and M6 Show that are currently top performing heavies right now, that's about on par to what they are. So what happened to this Tier 10 Swedish heavy? Why does it no longer perform? I mean, I have the stats right here. It has a 50% average win rate, and average damage is less than 2,000. Its survival rate is 35%. It's absolutely atrocious, and it's not like the player count has died a lot. It's lost about 3,000 players, now sitting at 8,200 players, but that still makes it a very popular Tier 10 heavy. And I mean, the stats just get worse when we break over to Blitz analysis, which shows you the average win rate. Look at it compared to the other Tier 10 heavies. It is the worst performing heavy in Tier 10. It's actually sad. It's below a 50% win rate on average across all servers. The E5 beats it, the 183 beats it, every tank beats it. It's weird. I just don't understand why this vehicle, for the slight nerfs that it got, like yes, it got nerfed quite hard on the turret traverse, but it's not like these nerfs changed the armor. When we take a look at the Kranvagn's armor, which I can pull up in just a moment, this is the Kran's armor. Let me just censor that for you. The Kran still has a ridiculously strong turret. It was never changed, and the upper plate when you're using it hull down is impervious. I mean, these are heat shells that we're about to load from the 60 TP, and that's with Kali on, and you have no chance. If you just hide that little weak spot on the roof, there's no chance of penning the Kranvagn. It is an incredible tank on hull down spots. So the overall consensus of this vehicle being incredibly strong hull down has not changed. So I don't get why the vehicle has had such a sudden dip in its overall performance when it comes to Blitz. If you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. I do know that the turret traverse did hit it quite hard. I mean, I've played it maybe 100 battles since the nerf, and yeah, I can definitely see where the turret traverse has hurt the tank. It doesn't deal very well with more than 2 opponents at once, but thankfully, since this vehicle is so good at hull down, you just have to pick and choose where you put the vehicle, and usually I don't really find it to be too bad because the turret's actually angled at a way where if you're hull down, it's not like you're only showing your turret to one person. Usually it's angled towards everybody, unlike most Tier 10s. So here we are on a very solid map for the Kran. It's Canyon. This is probably one of the better maps you can get. I would say actually Mines is probably the best map for Kranvagn in the game just because you can, you know, literally dominate the hill without any worries whatsoever. But yeah, I'm going to be pushing my vehicle straight over towards base B. Going to be using speed boost at the beginning of the game. There is one thing I've always really wanted this vehicle to have, which is speed. On World of Tanks PC, the vehicle goes 60 kilometers per hour, I think. And yeah, I know PC and Blitz aren't really comparable. I've used that argument myself. But I just wish that this vehicle was a bit faster. It's not like the DPM's getting any stronger with it, right? Either way, I'm going to be pushing up mid-hill. We're going to use the hull down capabilities and hopefully get some big old slaps into the enemy team. We got a Grill 15 spotted off to the one side, but we also got the E75 towards the other. So what do they have? They got a 60 TP. Ooh, yep, there they all are. All right, so what that's giving me is the idea to be very careful here. So let's get a shell maybe into that VK72. There's one shell into his vehicle. I'll take it. Not bad at all. We can maybe get a shell into the grill. There you go. Another nice shot. I mean, look at these hull down capabilities I'm having right here. I can sit basically untouched in this position. Now, there is an E75 looking at me, which probably could pen me. But I'm not super worried. Right now, I'm still thinking about vehicles like the VK72 off to the side over here. So let's see if I can get some shells in. Maybe he'll bounce me. Ooh, that was a really hard-hitting HE. I'll give that VK credit. That hit hard. 372. Damn. I don't know where it hit me. I guess it hit right on the edge of my weak spot. So yeah, that makes sense. So let's see if I can squeeze through here or get blocked by my 60. That works too. And maybe get some old shells into what is like the E75. So let's go for one shot into his lower plate. Hopefully this 60 does not. Well, he did, of course. Well, let's get a second shell in. Of course, he's going to shoot me. That makes sense. All right, I'm going to push forwards, and let's see if I can get another shell into this E75 and drive away. Hopefully, my teammate is going to be able to get some big ol' slaps in, and while that's going on, I'll reload my clip. This is where the auto-reloading capability does feel so nice in this vehicle. It's just the ability to reload shells that you normally would not have been able to get. So we got the E75 off to the side. Let's finish him off with a shot into the turret. That's great, because if I was obviously in a normal autoloader, I would not have been able to do that. And now we're going to back up. Now, my team is not doing great. I'll be honest. They aren't. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to clear what is this VK72 off to the side pretty quickly, but my 60 TP is is not paying attention to anything actually in front of him. Thankfully, we are quite high up on base cap, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push off to the side over here, and let's see if I can get some big ol' slaps into this grill. I really need to clear this guy quickly as possible. Actually, looks like the T92 will be doing that job for me, so I'm going to push over here and see if we can clip some shells into the VK72. He hits me for a max roll. I'll give him credit. That was a big ol' slap, but we got a clip, which means that this guy took 800 off of us, and guess what? We just took about 1,000 off of him. That is just what makes this tank so strong. We're already over 3,000 damage. So now we just reload again. We have another shell in 3 more seconds, so let's try and get her out. 3, 2, 1, and oh, there you go. Bounce on my turret. Nice tap into his vehicle. And look at that. We're at 3,600 damage. Just like that, it's that easy to pick up damage in the Kran. We've been able to bounce shells with our turret, and we won on Supremacy Capture. So that was the first battle, and yeah, that wasn't really a fantastic game, but we still blocked 2,000 damage, we did 3,600, and we did our job in that game. So let's do another battle. Let's see how the Kranvagn does work out again. I mean, this is still one of my top performing heavies. I honestly think the real reason why the vehicle has died so much in stats is it's the same effect that people have on vehicles like the Emil 1. Back in the day, when the Emil was back in the day, yes, because I'm an old folk, when the Emil 1 was incredibly strong, like broken, it was nerfed. But people didn't realize that when it was nerfed, it wasn't really nerfed. I mean, Wargaming made its dispersion like 0.2 worse, which made no difference. And I don't even remember what else they changed. But they never changed its armor, they never changed its mobility, and they kept its speed boost on it. So the Emil overall stayed exactly the same. But for some reason, all the good players stopped playing the Emil because they thought the vehicle was just absolutely ruined after the slight nerf. And I think that's the exact same that's happened here with the Kran, is that people think that it's been hit hard when it really hasn't. I mean, the whole thing about the Kran is the armor, and if you can still use the armor, then I don't get really what's been hurt by it. So let's see. The enemy team has, oh boy, a lot of mobile tanks, and it looks like our team is, oh wait, no. Good news. There are vehicles over here. All right, that's actually really good news. Hopefully this, oh, come on, VK72, I swear, if you block me, there you go. All right, I've been able to push past him, and that means we're going to be able to get some nice old heat shells into the frontal armor of what is this IS-4, although, actually, I'd rather much shoot that other guy. So let's go for another shell. Yeah, there you go. So that's a full clip we just got out. I mean, I got hit by an IS-4's HE, but oh no. We lost 100 hit points. What will I ever do? Let's aim in on this E50. He is going to shoot me, but guess what? Because I've got an auto-reloading gun, I can get my shell right back in the U. That guy just lost, what, 1,400 hit points? Oh, he's dead. Okay, well, there goes the end of him. Again, this is just where the auto-reloading gun feels so nice on this tank. There you go. Nice shot into what is the 57 Heavy. And because of that, thankfully, the VK72 is able to finish him off. I'm sorry, M6 Yo. I tried my best to support you, but it just looks like the team really did not want to live. Alright, well, let's see. We got the IS-4 just exposing his full-on side armor to me. I didn't want to shoot that, but, I mean, if I have to, I'll do it, right? The nice thing about this vehicle is you always want to conserve your clip, obviously, because if you conserve it, then people don't want to push on you. Right now, I do have that 183 in the back, which is good news, and this VK72 is doing a good job holding. Right now, I'm doing this smart. I'm just waiting for my clip to reload. There's the 4005, so let's get one shell into the 4005. Let's go for a second shell into the 4005. And, well, I'm hoping that we don't bleed too much here, but I don't think that guy has many shells left, although I'm kind of stuck on this M6 Show, which does suck for us. But let's finish off this guy. There you go. Finishing off the enemy 4005. Again, the auto-reloading gun just doing its job for us. And now we can start shooting the IS-4. I mean, this is just why the Kran is such a nice vehicle. So there you go. Nice shot into the IS-4 once. We're at 3,500 hit points already. And again, 5 more seconds. We'll have another shell ready for the IS-4. So 3, 2, 1, and fire. There you go. Another tap for 400. And that's that. 4,000 damage. We did our job and came out with a victory, even in such a weird situation like that. So I really like the Kranvagn. I will always support this tank unless its armor gets nerfed, because these were just 2 battles to showcase what the tank does well at. And it's not just like these are 2 lucky games, because for the past month, I've been able to sit at 80% win rate with this vehicle, averaging like 3,700. It's an incredibly easy tank to do well in. You just have to understand how to play it. Overall, I'm still sitting at a 75% win rate with around 3,500 average damage. So, if you have pushed away the Kran, thinking that it's not a good vehicle, I'd suggest to retry it. It's an incredible tank, and it's still pretty fun to play. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!